guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm doing a bit of a value comparison video. I love to do this kind of thing. I haven't done it in a while, but you guys seem to really appreciate it too. I really like to kind of break down the value of different brands, different products, like how much are you actually getting for your money, and you know what I mean? Like, I think it's just a really good way to like really think about what we're buying and make like a little bit wiser of purchases. I'm gonna be the first one to admit that I do not focus on making wise purchases. I just kind of buy what I want. I think that I probably should do so more. I have a really good friend who I take makeup shopping with me, and he just tells me like, no, you don't need that. That's not worth the money. Like, he has a really critical eye when it comes to like buying things. So it's really, really helpful for me, and I really, really appreciate when he does that, because I don't necessarily go there automatically on my own. So this is kind of a similar thing, like just really getting realistic about the products and the value and stuff like that. So today I'm doing blushes. Basically what I did for this video was I wanted to kind of compare the blushes in Sephora, just because I feel like Sephora is like kind of a worldwide like baseline. Like, it's kind of something that most people can identify with. So I went around like and compared all of the different blush formulas that I love in Sephora. So I took and then broke down the price that way. So I took the formulas that I think are the best in my opinion. Everyone has a different style, a different opinion, but in my opinion these are the 4 formulas that I love the most at Sephora, and then I broke them down by price per volume to kind of like explore which one was more value for your money. The 4 brands that I chose to focus on are Becca, Tarte, NARS, and Marc Jacobs. So I have a Becca blush. This is Flower Child. That's what I'm wearing today. Really like this one. I have Tarte, and this is the shade Celebrated. I have NARS in the shade Amour, which is the one that I wore to my wedding. And the Marc Jacobs one I will just show you, like I said, because I just didn't see a reason to buy it just for this video. Marc Jacobs for me is kind of hit or miss, like hit and miss. Is it hit and miss or hit or miss? Just because some of their formulas are really great, all of them are overpriced. Some of them are not so great and still overpriced. So, you know, I'm just kind of like, about Marc. Their lipsticks are good. Their blushes are actually very, very good. I really, really, really like their blushes, which is why I'm including it in this video. So this is the Marc Jacobs blush. It is $30. And so I'm just gonna start with this one. So $30, you get 0.15 ounces. There we go, that's a better picture. And it's a tiny, tiny little thing, I feel like. And $30 for a blush. And like when you actually buy it, like the pan itself is very, very small. So, you know, it's whatever, it's fine. I mean, I feel like you don't really go through a whole blush very often anyway, so whatever. Second one is Becca, and this one is $32, but you get 0.2 ounces in this one. So whereas Marc is 0.15, this one is 0.2. So it's a little bit more product. You can even tell just by looking at the pan. If you were to compare them side by side, this pan is a lot bigger looking. Then we have NARS, and I'm just talking about the regular NARS formula, not the dual intensity, because that is like a whole other situation. And that one's great, like it's fine. It's just not like my favorite blush formula. This one I like a lot better just for more like practical use. So this is, like I said, $30. And actually this one, it's not one that I really use very often because it's like, it's been around for a few years. This is the exact one that I used on my wedding day. And I just kind of keep it because, you know, wedding day. So I'm gonna check actually on the app and see if they still give you as much as they used to. Yeah, it's the same. So it's 0.16 ounces. So this is the same price as the Marc Jacobs, and you get a little bit more. Also, what is deceptive is that the pan shapes and sizes, they look different. So if you were to compare, whoopsie, sorry. If you were to compare, it appears like you get more in this NARS one because it's larger and it's rectangular, whereas this one actually provides you with more. So you get 0.2 ounces in this one, and you get 0.16 in this one, like I said, but this one must be like a deeper pan. This one must be more shallow in order to look like you're getting more. So that's another thing you have to consider. Like, I really just look at the volume on the back or on the packaging, because that's the only way you're gonna know what you're actually getting. And then the last formula that we're comparing is Tarte, and this one is 0.20 ounces, just like the Becca, but this one is only $28. If we compare these side by side, it actually looks, again, it looks like a little bit more than the Becca one. Like, you can see the pan looks a little bit bigger than the pan here. It is a little bit less expensive than this one is though. So it's really interesting. There's a lot of factors that come into play when it comes to like value, which is why you have to really think for yourself, and you have to like compare and actually like kind of analyze what it is that you're purchasing. So I then kind of calculated like the price per volume. So if you're getting 0.20 ounces in one and you're paying what, $32, how much is that per ounce? Because that's how you're going to figure out the actual value. The most value effective, cost effective, actually turns out to be the Tarte, because you're getting 0.20 ounces and you're only paying $28. So it comes out to $140 an ounce, which sounds like a lot, but think about it. You're not buying an ounce of blush. Like, that's a lot of blush. That would last you like eternity. So this is the most cost effective. The next one is Becca. For that one, you're paying $32 for 0.2 ounces, and that makes it $160 an ounce for this one. And like I said, these are all formulas that I love, so I feel like it's okay to compare them because it's like apples to apples basically in my mind. Then it just comes down to like your personal preference and shades that you like and stuff like that. The third one is NARS blush. So as we go, they're getting a little bit more expensive per volume. So the NARS is going to be $30 and it is 0.16 ounces, and that makes it $187 an ounce. So Tarte was $140, Becca was $160, this is $187 an ounce. And then the Marc Jacobs, which is of course the one I don't have here, that one's $30 for 0.15 ounces. So it's one of the most expensive, it's nearly the most expensive, and it is definitely the least amount of product. So that makes it the least cost effective. So that one is gonna be $200 an ounce. We have Tarte, Becca, NARS, and then Marc Jacobs as the most expensive. So I hope that was helpful for you guys. I just kind of enjoy doing things like this because I find that it is helpful, at least for me, and it's interesting for me too. Like, I don't know, it's just a different perspective and a different way to kind of really be critical and thinking about what it is that we're buying. So I hope you guys found this helpful. If you have any requests for other things that you want me to compare, I'm happy to do that. Leave them down below. And thank you guys so much for watching. I'd love to have you subscribe if you have not already, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.